Shay heard from Lindsay Hubbard while she was hanging out with Radke's mom in Mexico on what would have been the Summer House star's wedding weekend.
I think it was the second day I was there and I got a text from Lindsay, and I guess I had made a comment while we were in the pool one day and I was hanging out with Carl's mom, the Vanderpump Rules, 38, said on the Friday, December 1st, episode of her Scheananigans podcast.
Sharon and I have been friends for many years now.
We did watch What Happens Live together years ago when she and my mom were the bartenders, and I've always just maintained a relationship with her. Shay explained that after Hubbard, 37, and Radke, 38, called off their nuptials earlier this year, she had been checking in on his mom. She also noted that she couldn't imagine how hard it's been for Sharon to see her son's breakup make headlines and how Sharon really needed a vacation. While Shay was excited to spend time with Sharon and her friends who also decided to go on the trip to the wedding destination, Kyle Cook, Shay's husband Brock Davies and Gabby Prescott went to the resort too. She felt for Hubbard and how difficult it must have been for her. As the group started sharing photos and videos from Mexico, Hubbard reached out to Shay. So she texted me and said that she heard from 5 different people that I was being negative about her in Mexico, Shay said.
And I'm like, there's no way it's 5 people, because I made one comment and it was a joke.
Shay didn't reveal what exactly got back to Hubbard, but thought it had something to do with her fear that the two women would have to play squash that beef again at BravoCon in 2024. I was like, oh, I can just imagine the fans next year, like, are we going to have real beef to squash because I'm here in Mexico with Carl's mom, she said. Shay and Hubbard were called up by Andy Cohen at BravoCon 2023 over comments Shay made about Hubbard calling photographers after a group dinner in NYC. Shay reiterated that her remark was a total joke, but whoever heard her apparently took it a different way. She texted Hubbard to explain that it wasn't her intention to come off like she was trashing her or being really negative. Shay claimed that after she provided the context, Hubbard did not respond. Us Weekly confirmed in August that Radke called off his engagement to Hubbard, with cameras picking back up to capture the breakup. Days later, Radke sent a message to the pair's wedding guests. Words cannot possibly express how difficult the last 2 weeks have been for Lindsay and I, he wrote in a letter to attendees. We are so incredibly sorry to all of our guests for the confusion and lack of communication. We were left trying to figure out how this all exactly happened before we could even have the opportunity to determine the path forward amongst ourselves. In his message, Radke encouraged everyone to still make the most out of the trip since most had already booked non-refundable plane tickets and hotel rooms.
As Radke handled the logistics of calling off the wedding, Hubbard has worked on recovering from her blindsiding breakup.
While she didn't go to Mexico, she teased to us about what she planned to do instead. I'm gonna start writing my book, she exclusively told us in November.
It'll be a mixture of career, dating and family anecdotes.
I've got a lot of stories to tell.